Melbourne and Ho Chi Minh City. We share a love of coffee and of cafe culture. So the objective of our marketing plan is to inspire Melbourne travellers flying through Saigon Airport to stay an extra couple of days in Ho Chi Minh City to enjoy the unique cafes on offer. Through a situational analysis and external analysis of both the travel industry and the Vietnamese coffee industry, and of course quality research with our potential customers, Melbourne coffee lovers, we have created 3 unique coffee experiences that we believe appeal to 3 segments of the Melbourne coffee loving market. And we've named these the Hidden Cafe Experience, the Traditional Vietnamese Coffee Experience, and the Wonderland Cafe Experience. Now it's the Hidden Cafe Experience that has the greatest potential to meet our targets because it appeals to over 50% of the people that we interview. So while Melbournians, we seek interesting travel experiences, we actually just want Melbourne-style coffee. We're fussy about our coffee. We think ours is the best in the world and we seek it everywhere that we go. And so the idea, our strategy idea, is to create an exclusive club, the Melbourne Saigon Coffee Club. It'll be promoted through well-known ambassadors, travel bloggers, baristas. It will create sister city relationships between cafes in Melbourne and Ho Chi Minh City, corporate partnerships with Uber and Jetstar, and of course a custom-built app with offline mapping capabilities and peer reviews, because peer reviews are essential to tap into the self-esteem and the identity construction of our consumer. This exclusive club is going to make our customer feel connected, feel knowledgeable, feel cool, and feel special.
Our group is very experienced in tourism, marketing and finance, and with our extensive local knowledge and know-how, plus our international experience, make us a very well-balanced team. Our Vietnamese-based operations manager is Kiet, our Melbourne-based research consultant is Suttiphan, our Singapore-based financial analyst is John, our Melbourne and Miami-based communications manager is Jirra, and myself, Daymon, the GM, I'm based here in Ho Chi Minh City. We're very passionate and driven to create the Melbourne Saigon Coffee Club.
As part of our external analysis, we've researched the number of Australians that travel to Vietnam each year. Before I go into detail, I'm going to take a sip of my Starbucks coffee though, just to get me into the right frame of mind. But over the last 5 years, we've seen a fairly steady number of Australian arrivals into Vietnam each year, averaging just over 300,000 per year. This year, in the first 6 months, there's been over 180,000 arrivals recorded though. So if that trend continues, we will see that this year there is the highest recorded number of Australian arrivals into Vietnam. Interestingly, the airlines are also looking at Vietnam as a positive growth market. We've seen that Jetstar launched 3 weekly services using their Boeing 787 aircraft and 24 additional flights via Sydney and Singapore. Also, Vietnam Airlines, which offer direct daily flights from Melbourne to Ho Chi Minh City, have also switched their aircraft from an A330 that has a capacity of about 250 passengers to a Boeing 787 with a capacity of 311. So they're also looking at the growth through changing the type of aircraft to enable them to maximise the amount of passenger load.
In 2008, Starbucks closed 70% of its stores in Melbourne, going from 22 stores to just 1. proving that we won't be just any old coffee. I conduct 10 interviews at random in a wide variety of coffee shops and locations in Melbourne to understand attitudes towards Vietnam as a coffee destination. I got permission of interviews to record the interviews to enable our group to capture the nuances and subtleties that lay behind the answer and also understand better the characters of the interviewers. Again, they were happy to give me their age and occupation. Later, we developed a persona for each interviewee and analyzes the valuable insights that they offered us in drawing up key success factors. After conducting this qualitative research, we are more convinced than ever about the fuzzy taste of Melbourne coffee lovers. Melbourne coffee lovers trust the opinion of other Melbourne coffee lovers, and online peer review are essential.
I'm in Saigon city of Vietnam now. Saigon city is also called Harvey cities as well. In front of me is a cup of winter black coffee. This is a kind of traditional coffee of Vietnam. It is available almost in Vietnamese family home and in the coffee shop as well. We are assessing a coffee lover campaign. We change the perception of Saigon from a transit city to a destination for Melbourne traveler. We use the SWOT tool to analyze and insight the external and internal factors for tourism coffee group Saigon. External factor includes opportunity and risk. Internal factor include strength and weaknesses. Based on the result of SWOT analysis, we use tools to create and deliver suitable strategy for both enhancing the strength and overcoming the risk as well.
feel a part of this exclusive club. So even when they travel to far off exotic destinations like Ho Chi Minh City, they still know where to get the most Melbourne-style cafe in the most Instagram-worthy locations. The objective of the Vietnamese coffee experience is to make our customer feel embedded in local culture, to make sure that they return to Melbourne feeling enriched in knowledge about coffee growing, about coffee production, about the history and the traditions of coffee in Vietnam. And the objective of the Wonderland Cafe experience is really about our traveller feeling in the moment, feeling welcomed by the local community and having this unique Vietnamese experience that they are not going to have anywhere else.
We've created a budget for our first year of operations of $300,000. Of that amount, 158,000 are apportioned to salaries that will enable our group to be able to execute the strategies that are contained in our marketing plan. We're then also going to be looking at a number of advertising activities, which we budgeted for $36,000. We're going to be also creating an app, which is essential for creating the awareness and the interaction that we're looking for in our target market. That's $25,000. We'll also be attending 2 trade shows throughout the year, and the balance will then be made up of social and digital platforms. We'll be posting regularly on Facebook, looking at doing some Facebook advertising. We'll be creating a YouTube channel, putting videos on there, and also Snapchat and Instagram will be other social platforms that we're looking to engage in.
So, in conclusion, we've come to the realisation that Melbournians and Ho Chi Minh City residents really love their coffee and their coffee-style culture. Through our Sister City campaign and our not-so-secret Melbourne Saigon Coffee Club, we hope to raise the awareness that Ho Chi Minh City is a safe place to visit, but also a good place to get Melbourne-style coffee. It's with this wonderful tourism initiative that we hope you invest in the Tourism Coffee Group of Saigon. Cheers.